All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bitch and Brainstorm podcast. I'm your host, Elaine the Brain Terso, and I'm here with my good friend, Tamira Hamilton. And she is going to be part of our Elevate Your Online Presence Business Summit coming up April 19th and 20th. Tamira is going to be part of our content and social media panel on April 19th at 2:10 p.m. Pacific time. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss this panel. So, Miss Tamira, for those of us who don't know you, please tell the people who the heck you are.
My name is Tamira Hamilton, and I am from Wisconsin, And, as of the other day, I'm actually quite proud to be from Wisconsin. Let's see. I am a mother of 2 adult children, ages 31 and soon to be 26. And the light of my life are my 2 glam babies, who will be 9 next week and 3 in May. I have over 30 years of sales, marketing, and leadership experience, have the formal education, been in marketing since right out of high school. Worked on a very well-known consumer brand 2 weeks out of high school. So marketing is just who I am. It's part of what I've done. I love it. It's, like I said, it's part of my DNA. It's part of my identity. I eat, breathe, and sleep it. And I sometimes get feisty about it because there are a lot of crazy things that people say online. The crazy thing about marketing is it's one of those things that you don't have to be formally educated in, but often the people who mess things up and say the craziest things are those who haven't been formally educated in it. And with that also being said, some of the things that slow marketing down from developing and being everything that it can be are people who've been formally educated in it. And so I like to think I am this beautiful anomaly, a unicorn who is kind of both. You know what I'm saying? So like when I got online and decided to start marketing 10 years ago, April 12th, I had my formal education, right? But the key thing to know is that it served me, but only to a limit online, because I knew what I knew from the books and from my corporate experience, but the world was in this period where Instagram was coming about and blowing up, and Facebook, and those things hadn't even been talked about in the time period of when I had gotten my master's degree. So I've learned from the streets, from those, from these internet streets, and from the school of hard knocks, as well as formally educated. So I'm this like hybrid, and I love that.
Yeah, I love that, because it really does put a completely different twist and spin on like old school tactics along with new age technology and stuff like that. And so one of the things that I love that, we kind of share in common is our love for systems and automations. And so I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about how do you bring in systems and automations into your marketing?
I believe, first of all, that everything boils down to a mathematical formula, and that's all a system and automation is making something codified, making it operate in such a way that you don't have to be present 24/7, 365. A lot of people go online. Some start with the intention of just making a few extra dollars, but you get good at it, and next thing you know, you want to scale up. And what I teach people, what I preach to people, is that you will not make money in your sleep without systems and automation. You are attached to your business. You are a slave to your business. You are an employee of your business until you put systems and automation in place. And every time I go to hire a virtual assistant, what I end up doing instead is finding another system, another piece of software to put in place to allow me to be able to do what I do best, which is network, which is have conversations, which is meet people, tell people what I do, and serve the people that I am online to serve. And so if you want to scale your business in any way, shape, or form, if you are looking to 10x your business, if you're looking to go from $1,000 a month to $10,000 a month, what can you automate? If you're looking to go from 10,000 to 100,000, what can you automate? And you definitely ain't going from 100,000 from 6-figure to 7-figure without automation, without teams in place. It's just not going to happen.
Not possible. Absolutely.
No.
I have been on this, like, let's stop babysitting our business. Like, being attached to your business 24 hours a day does not allow you to scale 100%. I absolutely love that you say that, because I'm like, yes, someone else that gets it. It makes me so happy when I talk to somebody who totally gets it. So can you talk a little bit about, using, you mentioned building relationships and having conversations. Can you talk more about conversational marketing as a strategy in your business?
Absolutely, because conversation is the new lead, right? If you want leads, you've got to open your mouth. You've got to be talking to people. If you're a closed mouth, just doesn't get fed, right? And the thing is social media is so much more noisy than it was when Gary Vaynerchuk wrote the book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook, which opened with, it's a noisy marketplace, right? So social media is now even busier than Times Square with all the ads and everything that is going on. I mean, it's exponentially busier than Times Square. And so in order to be visible and to be seen and heard, the way these algorithms are set up now, you've got to be having conversations with people, because that signals the algorithm that this is somebody that wants to stay in contact with you. This is someone who wants to be social with you, because that's what these are. These are social media platforms. And if you show up just completely automated, number one, it's going to think you're a bot, and they're doing everything they can to combat bots, right? And number two, if you're highly promotional, what you got to think, if you are the owner of Facebook, we're not going to say Hades' name. If you are, the guy who runs Instagram, we're not going to say Hades' name. If you are the guy who runs Twitter, we definitely not going to say Hades' name, right? If you are the people who run TikTok, we're not going to say Hades' name. You got to put your hat on. They've got to appease stakeholders. They've got to appease shareholders. And they want to keep their job, right? And so how do they keep their job? They keep people on their platform. And if you're doing activity that negates keeping people on their platform, you're going to get less and less play. And we're seeing that with the blue checks and the subscriptions, right? So if you want to get more play, you got to get out and you got to be more social. And the number one indicator of that, especially on Instagram and Facebook, is conversations, right? Because Facebook Messenger is actually a separate platform. So is WhatsApp, and those are both owned by Facebook. So they want, if you can take the conversation off of Facebook and into Messenger, Instagram, and taking that into Messenger or to WhatsApp, now you're using more of their assets, which means they have more opportunity to show you ads, which is how they keep the lights on. And now everybody's happy. It's a win-win. From a customer standpoint, it's how you stand out in that noisy marketplace, right? Because if you are a smaller business, if you are a coach, if you are an author, think how that makes the customer feel that this person actually said hello to me. How do you make people feel seen, known, and heard? Acknowledged is you have that conversation in the comments of your post, having your post be conversational, as well as having that messenger contact, just to say, hey, thank you for following me. What made you follow me? Hey, thank you for liking my post. I like what you said about this, this, and this. Have you thought about, here's my free gift, I was talking about that earlier. Like when you go to somebody's house, you bring a bottle of wine. When you go to someone's podcast, you bring a gift for their audience, right?
Yeah, I love that. The conversation is so key. It was actually really funny. I saw a TikTok video of this company that they did an ad, and they noticed something, that they were responding to people that were leaving comments on the ad, that they actually, their cost per click went down significantly because there was conversations, and it was like, tell us somebody would mention their dog, and they would go in and show us a picture of your dog.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, all these people would go in and comment on that picture of their dog and how cute their dog was. And they were like, had it significantly increased their, or I should say reduced how much
Their
they had to
cost per
pay for those ads, because
Mhm.
all of the conversations that were happening, the more conversations that you have in the comments, the more the algorithm pushes us out that this is viral content.
Yeah, that happened to me
Freaking
in
brilliant.
Yeah, it happened to me in 2015. I had a makeup video, 15-second clip that went viral, and it was controversial, right? Because heaven forbid the video featured contouring, right? And
Oh, dear Lord.
right. And
Nowadays,
if you got to
everybody's
do all
contouring.
that, you ugly. If you got to do all that, you ugly, you know? And so I responded to all of those you ugly comments, but I also responded to those with positivity and thanked them and invited them to take the conversation to my Facebook group where I was building community. And I think that video, oh my God, millions of views, millions, and tens of thousands of comments. And I had another reel that the same thing happened to last spring. And I think it landed at about, last I counted, 12 million views because I was responding to the comments, right? So you got like this perfect set of circumstances for virality, which I'm just going to say this: virality is not a marketing strategy.
No.
It does more harm to more people than most. If you don't know and have a plan for what to do, it can just make things a lot worse for you. Okay. So it's not a marketing strategy, but it is cute when it happens, right?
I'll just tell you, it's really hard to keep up with. Like when I had the video of Lola jumping into the bathtub with me unexpectedly, and just that getting 50,000 views, which is like, that's never happened to me before. But I was like, keeping up with the comments was so difficult. And one of the things that I think is really important to point out, like you said, is that, you know, virality is not a marketing strategy. And so many people think, if I could just go viral, it's going to help me grow my business. No, it's not.
Not without a strategy,
Quality
right?
versus quantity is
Exactly.
100%. I would rather have 10 people follow me that are engaged, quality people that want to hear what I have to say versus 100,000 people that don't give a shit.
Well, right. And listen to what I said. I'm not saying this to you, but to whoever's watching this. This is not what I said. I said, I went in the comments, and basically what I was doing in the comments was not there to make a sale, not here to say, buy my product. I was there to weed out the members, the potential members of my community, and invite them to take the relationship to the next step with me by becoming a member of this group and creating community. And then from there, they got more content from me, more value. And then they were reaching out to me for a consultation and became customers. So if you have the right strategy in place, you can take that complete stranger and make them aware of you, make them fall in like and trust with you, and keep ascending them until they become a customer. And some of those people are still customers to this day, and they still refer people to me to this day. But it was because I had common sense enough years of marketing experience to know I needed to not focus on the sale, but building the relationship. Taking the conversation and turning that into relationship. And then that became the sale. And because I didn't just want it to be transactional. That's what happens to a lot of people when they go viral, is it becomes just a transaction. And just as quickly as they made a lot of sales, oftentimes they get a lot of returns and refunds, and it ends up being a disaster. Or worse, they don't have the capacity to keep up with the demand, and there's shipping delays. And now people are blasting them on social media. And so instead of focusing on, oh, we're going to sell all these people that we never talked to before, we're going to have a strategy in place to develop the relationship and turn that relationship into the sale eventually, or a net promoter or an ambassador, but we're going to keep ascending them instead of just being transactional.
Love that. There's just so much value in this conversation, and I cannot wait to continue having it with the rest of the panel. You know, we're gonna be talking about, you know, LinkedIn. We're gonna be talking about adding humor into your marketing. We're going to be talking about AI and systems and all of the things about how this is going to be such an amazing panel. So you guys are not going to want to miss out. Thank you so much, Tamira, for like deciding you wanted to come and be a part of the summit. And I absolutely cannot wait. This is going to be amazing. And remember, the whole goal is to help you all elevate your online presence, because that's what this is all about. So thank you so much, Tamira.
Thank you for having me. You know, girl, I will talk about marketing until I'm literally blue in the face.
Girl, I feel that way about systems. Like, let's geek out about all the technology. Like, that's how I feel. So I totally get that. So, all right, everybody, we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Thank